Hello everyone, welcome to Pixel Talk. I am Corbin Stuckey. First of all, thank you for coming to the channel, and look at this new scenery. We got posters in the background. So basically what's going on is I've moved into a new apartment, and we just put some posters up. We're going to be collecting more posters in the coming weeks, so we can get like a cool background like other YouTubers, because apparently that's like, you know, a norm now. So yeah, new scenery change. Yeah, so let's get started with this review. It sucks to say though that the first review I'm gonna have in this new apartment is Sinister 2. Okay, so I was really skeptical about this movie. First time I saw the trailer, I was like, looks like another sequel to a horror film. I like horror films, but I don't necessarily like the sequels to horror films sometimes. But as the months kept coming, I was just like, you know what, maybe it could be good. I saw the first one was really good. And, you know, it could be really good. All right, so let's dabber into this. So Sinister 2 is basically centering around Deputy So-and-so, the deputy from the first Sinister movie, where he's trying to figure out exactly what happened to the Oswald family, and it leads him to this farm, or this house out in the country near a church, to this mother and her two kids. And one of the kids is experiencing visions. He's seeing kids from the past that have been affected by Bagul, where Bagul made these children kill their families off, just like in the first film. And in this movie, it shows new clips. If you guys know Sinister, the Sinister movies are really known for showing these Super 8 clips, these homemade movies where families are killed specifically by their children. These children are made by Bagul to kill their family, which is, like I said in the first review, very disturbing. By the way, if you want to see my review of the first Sinister movie, you can click that annotation below, and it'll take you to the video of the review of the first Sinister. And what did I think of this movie? Guys, it's not that good. I'm sorry. I really wanted to like this movie because like I said in the first review, I thought the first Sinister was very disturbing. I thought it was a really good horror film, even though it didn't have much of the story, you know, because it was basically centering around Ethan Hawke looking at the videos. It wasn't really affecting him or his family until the ending of the film. Not much of a story there. But in this movie, they tried to add somewhat of a story into this. You know, it's not just about like somebody watching the tapes. It's, you know, trying to put somewhat of a story into this film, but it's just very, very weak. All right, so let me get into the issues that I have with this movie. So one of the many things that I liked about the first Sinister is Deputy So-and-so. I absolutely loved his character. Okay, I thought Deputy So-and-so had that type of humor where he was very awkward, and it just was so natural, and I thought it was very, very funny in the first film. I liked him as a side character though, okay? And now they brought him back as the main character in Sinister 2. Now, Sinister 2 is supposed to be a very, very, very disturbing film. Very disturbing, cringeworthy, and people are supposed to go home with nightmares. Now, when you put a character like Deputy So-and-so as the main character, it takes away from the disturbingness and the horror, and it pretty much makes it like a comedic movie sometimes. Like seriously, I was like laughing sometimes in the theater because of the things that he did awkwardly and the interaction he had with the kids, and it was just like, it took away from the movie itself. Like I said, I love Deputy So-and-so. I loved him in the first film. I liked him in this film. However, his performance really affected the film and how we view it. Even though I loved his character and I thought he was funny, it really did make this film less disturbing. Another thing that I had a problem with the film were the two kids in this film. There were these two kids, they moved into this house with their mother. Well, they didn't really move in, they're staying there. And later on in the film, they find out there was like this murder in this church that they're living next to, and one of the kids starts experiencing these apparitions in front of him, where he starts seeing the children that Bagul has, you know, captured, or that belong to Bagul now. And while he's hanging out with these apparitions, these ghosts make him watch the videotapes. You know, the family murder videotapes. Now, if I was a little kid and I saw a ghost of a pale child showing me like murdered tapes, I'd be like, what the hell? I would freak out just seeing the ghost of several children, let alone watching murder videos. Like, the kid never mentions to any of the adults that like he's seeing like these weird and disturbing things around the household. And during the middle of the film, when he does, like, you know, Deputy So-and-so, he walks up to him while he's on the porch, and he's like, "Hey bud, having a bad day?" "Yeah, I'm just seeing, you know, dead people." "Oh, well that sucks." What? Nobody seems to care. Like if I saw dead people, I'd be like, "Mom, I'm seeing dead people. Now, it could be dead people, it could be a medical thing. I'm not entirely sure. I just thought I'd tell you because, you know, you're an adult and you know what to do." So, like, he never brings it up to, like, the mom. And not only is he not freaked out by seeing these, like, you know, murder videos or these children, he's very accepting of it. Like, one night, like, a kid is standing next to his bed and he just looks at him and he's like, "Hi, Milo." What the hell? And as he's watching these murder tapes, you know, I'd freak the hell out if I ever watched this as like a 20-year-old myself, let alone like a 8-year-old to 10-year-old boy. But he's just watching these tapes and he's like, "We shouldn't be watching these. This is bad." Like, Jesus Christ! Like, and another thing that I had a problem with the film is the kid in the film has a brother. And apparently the brother is seeing these ghosts too. And for some odd reason in the beginning, he never brings it up to the brother that, like, you know, he's also seeing these ghosts. And the brother gets jealous because, like, you know, his brother is like interacting with the ghost more than him. And he gets jealous and angry. Again, I wouldn't be jealous about seeing ghosts. I would be concerned. I would go to my mother and be like, "Mom, I'm freaking seeing ghosts. Can we do something about this?" Like, seriously, this movie just has so many moments where I just laugh at it. Like, it's not scary, it's not disturbing like the first film, and it's really, really laughable. It really is. Now, another thing I want to mention in this review, and this is kind of spoiler worthy, so if you haven't seen the first Sinister or the second Sinister, you might want to X out of this video and go see these films. It's a minor spoiler. It doesn't really affect the film if you see it, but, like, you know, I thought I'd let you know because there'd be that one person commenting in the video. Alright, so Deputy So-and-so has been on the road trying to figure out how to stop Bagul. And in the last parts of Sinister 1, we saw that the Oswald family were killed in their house. So Deputy So-and-so goes to this house in the film. Well, it's not actually shown, but, like, you know, he talks about it. And he said that he burned the house. It's been a running thing in these films where if a family moves into a house and they find these tapes and they move again because of, like, something that they experienced in the house, then they would be killed by Bagul. So Deputy So-and-so made sure that the Oswald house was burned in order for this to not be happening anymore. So, if he burned the Oswald house, then why is this film happening? Why is this mother and her 2 children experiencing this happening of Bagul? It doesn't make any sense. Like he said in the film, Deputy So-and-so said in the film that he burned the house. He wanted to break the chain. So the only thing that I can really think of as to why this is still happening is that Bagul has separate chains going on. Like 2 different chains. Not just one chain, but like 2 different chains, I guess. It doesn't really make any sense whatsoever. It's never really mentioned heavily in the film. You just have to assume it. Overall, guys, oh my god, I really wanted this film to succeed because, you know, I was thinking like maybe like this would be a film that would be a good sequel to a horror film. We don't get those that much, and it wasn't that good. I mean, you could tell that they were trying to add a lot more into this franchise, and it just didn't work. It's very laughable, and if anything, if you're looking for a good horror movie to laugh at or a terrible film, go see this film. But if you're looking for a good horror film, then you're going to be very disappointed. Sorry, Bagul, this film sucks. Alright guys, thank you so much for checking out my review of Sinister 2. Comment down below what you thought of this movie if you saw it. Like the video, share it, and please subscribe to Pixel Talk for more movie reviews, trailer reactions, and gaming content. Thank you guys so much. I am Corbin Stuckey, and this is Pixel Talk.